Okay, welcome back to finding the equation by using a graph. So now I'm going to show you how to do question number 4. Question number 4 on the worksheet, okay? So, again, we need to remember a couple of things. First of all, you need to remember that the direction of the graph, if it's going up or right, it's positive. Down or left, it's negative, okay? Also, the format of the linear equation, y equals mx plus c, where m is the slope, okay? And c is the y-intercept. And the y-intercept is where the line meets the y-axis, okay? Remember, up and down is y, left and right is x, okay? So, how do we go about this? First step, we need to look for the slope, okay? Now, looking at this, you can see that we need to find out how this dot got to this dot, okay? But it cannot do a slant. So you need to follow the grids, okay? So if we look here, you find that this one, okay, goes this way to the left, and then this one goes to the top, going up, okay? So what will be our rise? This is the rise, okay? And it's going up. Therefore, even if it started in a negative quadrant, because this is negative and negative, it doesn't matter. It's still going up. So your rise is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units up, okay? Now, what is your run? Your run is now going to the left. And what did we say? Going to the left or down is negative. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So your run is equal to 4 units, but since it's going to the left, it will be negative 4. Okay, so putting it here, our rise is 5. Our run is negative 4. Okay, so now we know what our slope is. We can put down our formula. Well, the start of our formula. Y is equal to negative 5 over 4x. Now, let's look for C, which is the y-intercept. Where does the line meet the y-axis? Right here. Okay? Since where the x-axis and y-axis intersect, this is 0, and we're going down. So this would be negative 1. Okay? So our y-intercept, which is C, is negative 1. Okay. So you can keep this as an improper fraction, or you can make this into a mixed number. So this would be negative 1 and 1/4 x minus 1. Or you can make it into a decimal, minus 1. Why 1.25? Because 1/4 is 0.25. Okay? Your choice. So let's try. Again, as I said, do not trust that this is correct. You need to check your answers by looking for the x and y coordinates of points, values of these 2 points, okay? Now let's look at this one. If you look here, this point corresponds with this value. Since it's going to the left, it will be a negative value. So the x value of that point is negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. So you have negative 4, okay? And the y value, this one, the y value corresponds to this line, this point in the y-axis. So if you count, it's going up. This would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? So the coordinate points of this point is -4 for the x and 4 for the y. Okay? Now let's look for the coordinate points of this point. Okay? As you can see, since it's on the y-axis, that means x is 0 and y is -1. Okay? If the dot or the point is along the y-axis, that's for sure x is 0. Okay? Now let's put it in our input-output table so that it looks familiar to you. Okay? So if x is -4, it says y should be a 4. If x is 0, y is -1. Okay? So let's test it. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to use the improper fraction, okay? So y is equal to -5/4 x minus 1. Now, let's do this first. X is equal to 0 because it's the easiest, okay? So y is equal to -5/4 times 0 minus 1. And as we know, anything multiplied by 0 is 0 minus 1. And we end up with -1. So if you look here, if x is 0, y is -1. Y is -1. Okay, so that's correct. Now let's try the other value. Okay. Y is equal to -5/4 x minus 1. Okay. Is equal to -5/4 times -4 minus 1. Okay. Now, this is the part where you really need to be accurate because you can see this is negative, this is negative. And what did we say? What are the rules are? In multiplication and division, if both signs are the same, negative, negative, or positive, positive, the final answer will be positive. Okay? So, there are many ways of doing this. I can just cancel the 4 and you will be left with -1 times -5. Or we can do this the long way so you understand the process. Okay, so let's do this the long way. When you multiply a fraction with a whole number, you just need to multiply the whole number with the numerator. Okay, so -4 times -5, again, negative times negative gives you positive 20 divided by 4 minus 1. What is 20 divided by 4? 20 divided by 4 is 5 minus 1. 5 minus 1 is 4. Okay, so let's check. When x is -4, y is equal to 4. Okay, so you can try. Even if you use the mixed number and the decimal, you will end up with the same answer. Okay, as again, practice makes perfect. Follow the process, and once you know it very well, then you can start, inventing your own process. Okay, because if you can do it many ways, then that means you really mastered it. But for now, okay, follow the step-by-step process that we are using. Okay, until the next tutorial video, bye-bye.